All right, everybody, welcome back. So, the intention of this module is to get you ready for anything. If you think about any adventure, you've got to prepare yourself. And this isn't just about physically preparing yourself, it's about psychologically preparing yourself to have a massive transformation. Like I said, the tools in here are going to be profound. They're literally conscious seeds that are going to go into your subconscious mind and begin to start going to work on some of the limiting beliefs and some of the things that are really impacting your everyday life. Look, if you bring new states of awareness into your life, the result is action, and we want you to be ready to take any action that shows up. So, we want you to be ready for anything. So, I want you to think about your life right now and just, you know, if something were to show up right now, like an incredible opportunity, are you ready for it? Are you actually ready for it? So, let's dive in. So a mindful explorer, sets out and they have a guide. So you need some sort of guide in your life. It's a coach, consultant, mentor, the community. You need a guide, and you need to have a map, right? You need to understand about where you're going. This is the Pathfinder. This is your map, right? You want to have a packed bag, and you definitely want to have a camera, right? Actually, another picture of Costa Rica, one of those ecosystems that we went through. Beautiful, right? Okay, so uh, I want you to prepare a bag. It's kind of a requirement here, right? You want to be prepared. You want to show up to have your preparedness there. You want to be able to be in self reflection. We want you to be able to be hydrated. We want you to be able to record anything at any given time. We want you to be able to fuel, and we want you to be able to live into any possibility. So when you're packing the bag, you're thinking about, being prepared. You're thinking about, what do I need for self-reflection? How am I going to stay hydrated? How am I going to stay hydrated? How can I record anything? Right? These are all profound intentions. So what we said is okay, well, what we're going to need is we're going to need a journal. We're going to need a water bottle. We're going to need a pen, some way to write things down. We're going to need some headphones so that you could drop into a space of uninterrupted tranquility, probably some essential oils and whatever else you need. So so go out there and prepare your bag. Let's dive into this a little bit. So again, a journal, water bottle, pen, headphones, essential oils. Now, the water bottle. I want to talk to you a little about this. Hydration is super important. Chronic dehydration is like a massive thing. Uh, Our Body's Many Cries for Water is a great book to read about this stuff. But it really is the one of the core causes of disease. The solution to pollution is dilution. My wife, she's incredibly in shape, and she's constantly carrying around a water bottle. I swear by it. You should have one too. If you don't have a water bottle, you need to get one. And you need to drink roughly half your body weight in ounces of water a day, right? So when I'm working with a professional athlete, the first thing that I want them to do is start making sure that they're drinking water, because it's going to help remove toxins from their body. It helps them through weight loss. It's just an incredible, incredible thing. It's actually one of our 7 essential lifestyle habits, which we're going to talk about later. So let's just say that you're 220 pounds. That's 110 ounces. If you're 200 pounds, that's 100 ounces. So take your weight in pounds, divide it by that, and that's about how much water you want to be drinking in a day. So there's all kinds of different kinds of water bottles. Some people like glass with the hook. For me, that's a little too breakable for me. I like the stainless steel. I use a stainless steel blender bottle. I do not recommend plastic. Plastic is not something that's healthy. Once you have your water bottle, you're going to want to determine how many of those water bottles you need to drink in a day, and you're going to want to keep track of that. How many times do you need to fill it? Sometimes I have like a big giant gallon jug of water that's right next to me right now. It's a glass jug. It actually used to be a wine jug that we wound up having at some party, and then we filled it up with water. I've been using it ever since. Mm. Yes, I love it. No, you should not be using a plastic water bottle. BPAs and BTAs, I think, are what they created after BPAs were like, everybody realized that BPAs were poisonous. You shouldn't be drinking water from a water bottle. That doesn't really cut it. It elevates your estrogen levels, and it's not healthy. We get into health later on. in our larger programs, but just trust me, don't be drinking from a plastic water bottle. Um, we'll get into water later, but right now you got to have a water bottle. Make sure you're not going to break it, and make sure that your bag can carry your water bottle with you. Maybe it's a suitcase, maybe whatever that looks like for you. Your journal. Why use a journal? Well, it is an incredible tool for self reflection. It is the greatest tool for self reflection. I mean, just being able to whip it out and take down notes and lists and everything like that, it's really incredible. Um, it's awesome for breakthroughs in a safe place. It's yours. Nobody needs to go inside of it. You're then able to look back and see themes and capture insights. Guys, I'm a larger fan of a journal that's handwritten than the screens. I think we have too much screen time as it is, but if you have to, I guess you could use an app, but probably not. I prefer for you to have a journal. Um, you can share it with others if you choose to. I love reading things that I wrote down to friends of mine when we have breakthroughs. A lot of the content that you're going to see came from my journaling process, and hopefully you'll be out there, you'll have a breakthrough, and you'll be able to share some of that with us, right? Reveal and realize limiting beliefs. You'll see them show up. You'll literally see them show up. The experience of creation, observing yourself creating the creation. All right, so we're going to get into this, but when you're journaling and you're watching yourself write, just like when you're painting, there's this part of you that's observing the pen move, and then there's a part of you that's moving the pen, and there's this back and forth that takes place. Well, you can observe yourself authoring things, and that state of observation becomes a seed for mindfulness, right? Um, so, for example, I don't know if any of you guys are musicians. I'm a musician. I love playing the drums. Sitting there playing the music, and I'm leaning into the beat, and there's just like this melody that's there. That's there. So it's the same way when you're writing something, when you are journaling. There's this beautiful rhythm when you're there with your words and you're creating your music. So falling in love with journaling is an incredible thing. There is a way for you to optimally journal. I mean, it's kind of like anything goes that's valuable to you, but what I like to see is the anatomy of a great journal entry. You set the intention right at the top, lay it out, intention at the top of the page. What is that going to look like? Um, I like to have one journal for internal reflections and creativity, and one journal for external, like my to-dos and all that kind of stuff. So I separate them, but you could have it all in one journal. I recommend that you have two though. And I like to use different color pens: black, green, blue, red, depending on what I'm feeling. If I want something to really catch my attention, red. If it's just me creating a statement, it's black. Blue is for futuristic thinking. And green. So like I normally go red is kind of like a problem. If I'm struggling with something, I work with the red. Um, if I'm future envisioning, I work with blue. If I am just straight line factual stuff, I'm in black. And then green is things that I need to take action for now. Growth. Um, and then use the date for logging it. Like just put a date on the top. So you could do past journaling, present journaling, future journaling, something that's called a mind dump, where you just get everything in your brain right out on a piece of paper till there's nothing left to say. You can use it for brainstorming with people that you come in contact with, or your to-dos. Morning pages, where you get up in the morning and you clear your mind out. You could use Evernote, which is one of those digital versions. So having a journal is going to be profound. We're going to be referring to it a lot in this program. So you want to make sure that you have one to be able to take notes. And notes. Next, the bag. You want to be able to have headphones. Why? You know, we're going to be doing some deep meditative explorations. You'll have them inside of our larger program. You could download them, visualizations, and we want you to be able to have a headset for these. But also, if you're doing Zoom calls, you need to be able to get in the zone, right? Where if you're out there and you're traveling and you're working all over the place, you need to be able to show up powerfully, and setting the intention of having your computer and having everything that you need with your headset, so that you could literally pull over and jump into a call. It allows me to literally go wherever the hell I want in the world, because I'm set up. I'm living from my laptop, and and that's a powerful place to be because I'm not limited. You know, I get a phone call from somebody to say, Mike, I want you to come over here and speak. Poof, I can just go. You know, it also is great for blocking out noise if you're going to do coaching calls or service calls or anything. This is important. And you also want to be able to be in a place of uninterrupted tranquility, and the headset is going to be able to help you. I like noise canceling ones. No Bluetooth. Um, you know, I like the ones that plug right into the computer. We actually just had somebody talk about like EMF free headphones. And Yeah, Bluetooth are not helping your brain. Guys, I have this Bluetooth set that and what it does is it's noise canceling. So what they're doing is they're producing the frequency of what's in the room, and it actually cancels out your brain function. So you got to make sure that you have a great set of headphones, probably one of the most valuable investments you could have. But right now they're really cheap. You know, maybe $12 is the ones that I'm using right now that we're recording with. Um, you know, unfortunately, a lot of the new phones, they have these little adapters so that you could use a headset, but you really just want to avoid the Bluetooth stuff. Guys, the Bluetooth is killing you. We'll talk more about that later in the larger programs, but Bluetooth is a killer. Also, headsets, make sure whatever one you get is really good to exercise with and they go around your ears. We have a buyer's guide that's included in the program. You can take a look through that. It's all kinds of sustainable products. It's everything from gym equipment that I've had to that I've used to record camera recording equipment, the equipment that we're using right now to record with. The water bottle recommendations, clothing companies. The shirt that I'm wearing right now is a 10 tree shirt. They planted 10 trees when I purchased this shirt. So using sustainable products is really, really, really key. And we've got a ton of them inside of our True Living Buyer's Guide there. So you guys could check them out. And we're always open for feedback. If you find something that you really love, let us know. We want to be able to share the word, spread the word. And anything else that you want in your bag, right? Essential oils. I highly recommend using 3 different ones at least. Thieves for washing your hands as a disinfectant. Peppermint. It's great in the mouth to wake up before a heavy lift. It just stimulates your central nervous system. It's like the Swiss Army knife of all of oils. You guys, I love peppermint. Seriously, if I'm exhausted, I put a drop of peppermint on my tongue and it wakes me right up so I could drive. Immune Power. It's oregano. It's Immune Power kind of. I use Immune Power when I'm getting on a plane, and it helps my immune system stay like tip top. You know, and I would recommend using the any scent of your choice. Mine is Purification. I also have Stress Away. So I love Young Living essential oils. But you should have about 3 to 4 essential oils inside of your bag. They're really great. I mean, I carry a toothbrush in mine. I'll use the peppermint as a toothbrush with some baking soda if I need to while I'm out. I try to, everything's organic for me, guys. We'll talk about why that's important. But yeah, I mean, like part of why we're doing what we're doing is because I wanted people to say, you know, the more I discovered how important organic and high quality food is, and how it's important for everybody to have time to exercise and meditate and do all these incredible personal development and professional development habits, I realized that we got to be able to make great money to be able to afford that lifestyle. So we're going to talk more about that. Other things that you might want to put inside of your bag: toothbrush, earplugs, knife, first aid kit, eye drops, deodorants, obviously organic kinds. You should find that in our buyer's guide. We have all kinds of healthy products there. Screen wipes, tissues, medical gloves, and maybe even a tripod. I have like a mini tripod that I put in there that you guys can enjoy. So we've got all these resources in there. Later on throughout the program, you'll hear us refer to anything that I talk about buying for the most part could be found in the buyer's guide. So you guys have this as a resource, right? So what I'd like for you to do is I'd like for you to stop the video now, and go out there and assemble your bag. You're going to go and just set the intention, assemble your bag. And while you're assembling your bag, I'd like you to think about what you don't need in there. Like think about your life and think about your mind as like a bag. We're kind of fleshing out everything that you had prior to this, starting the Pathfinder. We're holding on to what we want to keep, and we're creating space for something new. So let's set that as a powerful intention as you're creating your bag. Go out there, assemble your bag, and create space for something new. Really be honest with yourself. What can we remove, like Michelangelo, that's going to allow for that natural intelligence to shine through, that beautiful natural reality that we're in to be seen?